And with that, we welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center, the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup scrolling in the bottom right corner of your screen. And the Rainbow Warriors, 8-2 overall, 1-2 in the MPSF, getting back to league action, serve first. After a little pitter-patter at the net, the set goes back row to Corey Chavers, dug up by Franciskovic. Stein von Tilburg. That one brought back over, and we got a net violation in the process called against the Gauchos. UC Santa Barbara coming in 6-3 overall, 3-3 in the MPSF, but coming off of 2 losses to UCLA. Was a home-and-home type of scenario where they lost at Pauley Pavilion and then lost in the Thunderdome on the campus of UCSB.
Unusual that they played back-to-back that quickly.
Jennings Franciskovic with the serve. Set goes middle to Keenan Sanders. Hawaii on the attack, and Austin Matautia able to put it down. He's averaging 2.84 kills per set this year. He's third on the team.
Big question tonight will be, will Austin get used to the home confines of the Stan Sheriff Center again, because the road was not especially kind to him.
As Franciskovic sends it into the twine, and the Gauchos off the schneid. Entering this week, Hawaii and UC Santa Barbara right there in the middle portion of the MPSF standings. UCSB actually 7th place coming in, Hawaii 8th place, but we're just getting started and things already looking pretty crazy in the old MPSF. Here's von Tilburg going off the block. Played off the ricochet by Jake Delson. Back row set goes to Chavers, and Corey Chavers able to get the touch. According to UC Santa Barbara head coach Rick McLaughlin, Chavers might be the key tonight.
Yeah, he said that if one player could help out Delson tonight, it would be Corey Chavers. And if he does have a big night, he likes Santa Barbara's chances of winning.
Franciskovic sets up Hendrik Mole in the middle. That one's played back. And Delson off the block. UCSB still controlling, and an abrupt halt to that sequence as freshman Randy DeWeese, the 6'6" setter out of Sacramento, able to forcefully thrust it down.
Well, you can see that coming. The ball was tight to the net, and DeWeese at 6'6", easy for him to go up and tap it down.
And so UC Santa Barbara vaults in front. Tuileta saw that one play through his hands, so Matautia from the D position got rejected. All kinds of hands up on the Gaucho side of the twine.
Tui took what I thought was an out ball there. He got no call from his other passers in the back row. It should have been an easy point for the Warriors. Instead, great block by the Gauchos for the point.
And all of a sudden, they're up 2. Another 2-hand pass on the serve by Tuileta, but a net violation will bail Hawaii out. And they'll get a much-needed point to try to gain some traction again with the ever-so-dangerous serving skills of Austin Matautia. 6'3" freshman from Eva Beach out of Moanalua High School, tied for the team lead in aces per set. He's got 10 aces total on the year. Good pass by Delson. He'll get the set on the outside. Great dig, Jennings Franciskovic. So Tuileta sets up Stein. Played off the block by Matautia. Kupono Fei the roll shot. Diving save by the libero Parker Boley. And then out of the back row, it's Parker's brother Hayden who got stuck.
And that play will be called back. I think Larry Tuileta set the ball with his hands. He's a libero. He set it with 1 foot in front of the 3-meter line. That's illegal. Liberos can't do that. If they're in front of the 3-meter line, they've got to bump the ball as a set, not use their hands.
So a couple of self-inflicted errors here for Hawaii. Good catch on that one, Chris, and it is 5 serving 3. With the setter, Randy DeWeese, part of this fantastic freshman class for Santa Barbara. Outside, it's Fei. Hits it into the net, and it's a point for the Gauchos. Hawaii off to a bit of a sputtering start here. Largest lead of this opening stanza for UCSB.
What a pass from Tuileta that time, because I thought that serve that time by DeWeese was really pretty good. It was hard, fast, spinning, diving fast over the net.
Here it comes again, played by Matautia. High and away, the set goes to Fei. The touch shot, and Hayden Boley tried to bust out the spatula, but it got caught in the drawer, and it's a point for Hawaii.
Yeah, and he's a good one, let me tell you. All MPSF.
Step it up, here we go.
Last year. Fab 50 in high school.
Mole with the serve. He's been pretty good at scoring from the service line as well. 10 service aces for him. That time, though, it's the Rainbow Warrior wall. Part Faye, part Patrick Gassman denying access, but it was Faye getting the gist of that.
Faye got most of it. They tried to hit it down the line thinking that Faye was giving up the line and taking cross court, but Kapono stayed right there near the antenna, got the block.
Hawaii second in the NPSF in blocks. Set goes backside. It's Delson finds the middle of that Hawaii floor. Jacob Delson, 4.18 kills per set. That's third in the league. He also leads the team in 14 aces as he retreats back to serve.
And he finds that hole in the block very easily. He's got what they call a live arm with the serve as well. Look at that serve.
Yeah, you saw it. Von Tilburg, the touch deep, a little too deep. And it's a point for UC Santa Barbara. By the way, you talked about the heat on the serve, and we have at least the radar gun displays up. We'll see if we're getting a reading here on some of these serves. We'll relay that to you when we see it. That one at 64 miles an hour, an overpass that is gobbled up by Corey Chavers. And so far, so good for this youthful UC Santa Barbara team. They have constructed a 4-point lead.
Charlie Wayne electing to not take a timeout here, letting this somewhat veteran team figure things out on their own.
Von Tilburg set tight to the net, so he just tools the block. And that's part of that toolbox that Stein Von Tilburg brings to the arena each and every night.
Look at all that international experience. You see a nice little tool job on the outside. He ran into the net, but it was after the ball was already down.
So 6 serving 9. Von Tilburg with the serve. Good pass by Delson. Middle set. That's Connor Drake going off the hands and out. And the Gauchos get it right back.
But Delson shows he's not only a great attacker with that live arm of his. How about that last pass off Van Tilburg's serve? Great pass.
Well, that's what Rick McLaughlin says about Delson. He says he, quote, does everything well. And so far, we've seen that already in this match. Jennings Franciscovich, who hails from the same hometown as Delson, Westlake Village, California, able to provide the dump shot point for Hawaii.
A lot of these guys know each other from across the net playing USA Volleyball, youth national team, junior national team.
Faye with the serve. Back row set, Delson. Good dig by Tuileta. Stein from the back row off the block and out.
How about the dig from Larry Tuileta? He's got such strong hands. He's one of the few guys in the country that I've seen that can take the serve with their hands. Here he takes a hard-driven ball with his hands, and a great set by Jennings Franciscovich.
Great write-up in the Honolulu Star Advertiser on Tui today from Cindy Lewis. Good play there by Kapono Faye off the ricochet. Matautia, oh, that one blocked straight down to the Terraflex. And that was Corey Chambers out on that opposite pin.
Not sure about the wisdom of this choice here. I thought he was going to go back to Gassman and catch Santa Barbara off guard. Instead, he goes ahead to Matautia, and it was a pretty easy block for Santa Barbara.
So Chambers with 2 kills and the block. And he serves on this sequence. Matautia touches it off the fingertips. Middle set, and that's put down by Keenan Sanders, 6'7" freshman from San Diego, California, hitting .463 on the year.
That's a monster number, by the way.
For a freshman.
Number. Just a freshman. Recruited by UCLA, Ohio State, and Harvard.
Franciscovich has to chase down the second touch. Von Tilburg, he reared back on that offering, sends it long, no touch up front. And this is the largest lead for Santa Barbara here in the opening set. They're up 5. Chavers again to serve. Wow.
Touch them all. Trapasso's here tonight. He was in the pregame show.
You even saw James Anastasiadis, the 6'5" freshman for Hawaii, number 2. He was along the bench area, and he actually gave it a baseball swing cut. So Hawaii gets the freebie. Pat Gassman with the serve, 9-13. Back row set, Delson. Says Hendrik Mole.
Bit of a marginal set right there. Came out not so, I thought it was called for 2 touches there, but instead Delson gets blocked for Hawaii's point.
Saw Mole's blocks total, second on the team. Pat Gassman delivering the ace out of the deck.
Hawaii's lucky. They've got both their middles are pretty good servers. Mole brings a jump serve and a floater, and Gassman, pretty good jump server. He loves to play defense. Look at that serve there, another near ace.
Oh, after the pinball action returned, here's Matautia with the slam, and Hawaii on a 4-0 run to trim the deficit to a single digit.
That set selection there by Jennings Franciscovich, much smarter, I thought. Santa Barbara block got spread out a lot. Tough for the middle blocker to go all the way out to get that antenna set.
Here it comes from Gassman again. Another hot serve. Outside, it's Hayden Boley. Denied access by the best leaper on this Hawaii team, Jennings Franciscovich.
Yeah, he's got leaps that are legendary. There he goes, Mike pushes the ball with his right hand back into the court. Clearly one of his strengths as a setter.
You see the 3 solo blocks coming into tonight. Hawaii on a 5-0 run. Gassman continues to serve up missiles, and Franciscovich says, mahalo nui loa.
I love the way Charlie Wade calls no timeout, despite the fact they got down by a pretty significant number there, 5 or 6 there in the first 15 points, and he just hung in there and let them figure it out on their own. And look at them, they're up 14-13.
And the 6'10 Frosh from Clovis, California, Pat Gassman, took something off that time. And Boley able to find the floor. Hayden Boley, one of 3 Boley brothers on this UC Santa Barbara.
Amazing. All played for their father, Michael Boley, coached at Loyola High School, legendary coach in Southern California with a legendary high school volleyball program. He's got all, you wonder if he sent him to Santa Barbara so he wouldn't have to make too many trips around the country watching him play.
Oh my goodness, look out in the front row. Another touch 'em all, as Chris McLaughlin would say. Timeout on the floor. Welcome back. Time for the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris, what do you got?
Santa Barbara, where's the help for Delson? He's led them in kills in all their matches so far this year. Rick McLaughlin told us that he thinks it's going to be Corey Chambers. We'll see. And for Hawaii, which lineup? Charlie Wade's gone with like 6 different lineups in the last 6 matches. He's unafraid to put anybody on the floor at any time. And tonight he went with his what we'll call the old-fashioned lineup, the one that started the year.
What did you think about Charlie Wade, this team getting down by 5 points, not selecting to call a timeout?
Oh, it's pretty
Instead,
gutsy.
kind of let his youthful team, as we keep referring to them, play through it.
Youthful because he's got like 3 freshmen. He's also got 3 seniors.
Sure.
So I admired it. That was pretty cool the way it turned out.
Middle set, that one goes long. Off of the palm of Keenan Sanders, and another point for the Rainbow Warriors. Gutsy move, though.
It really was a gutsy move. Rare error from Keenan Sanders. The guy's hitting 463, the second highest on the team.
8-1 run here for the Rainbow Warriors. As I say that, Jennings Franciscovich serves it out. How about the run at the service line by Pat Gassman as well? Your 6'10 middle able to get you back into the ball game.
Usually, in most men's volleyball across the country, if you get 1 point or 2 points out of either your middle servers, you're doing well.
We'll see the unorthodox run-up on that serve by Keenan Sanders for not. And he will head to the bench as Parker Boley, one of the Boley bros, back onto the playing surface. And here is Austin Matautia once again ready to serve. You mentioned the numbers a bit anemic away from this building as he serves it long.
He's definitely struggled on the road against Long Beach State twice. Played a little better against Irvine. Clearly that was the big highlight of that road trip, was to beat Irvine. Irvine a week later goes up and beats BYU at BYU. Unheard of to beat BYU at home.
that one misses wide from Randy Deweese. So nobody wanting to serve the ball in here the last few sequences. How about BYU holding court in 5 against a UCLA team that was missing 2 of the big guns?
Imagine if, to make it fair, you know, really what BYU could have done was pull Ben Patch out of the lineup, and that would have made it a little more even.
Another service error here as it goes back over to the Santa Barbara side. And then we had that second set score between USC and UC Irvine. Anteaters winning the second set 42-40 tonight.
Crazy number. Crazy number.
Stein von Tilburg roofed. In the middle, Connor Drake gets his paws on it. 6'8" redshirt sophomore from Granite Bay, California. Right now the blocking number is pretty even, 3 for each side. And the serve coming from Jacob Delson. Great pass by Fay. Gets the set on the outside, rattles the fingers, and finds the floor.
What a serve by Delson. He just rips it. Boy, lucky to get a good pass out of that and run a little mini play to the outside. A little quick set to Kapono Fay.
Fay, 2 kills on 3 swings, hitting .333. We have seen his hitting percentage slip a little bit here this season as Patrick Gassman is able to kind of force that one to the middle of the Terraflex.
Neither coach calling a timeout yet. They've each got 2 left. Watch for Rick McLaughlin to call one if Hawaii scores another point.
Gassman hitting .454 this season. How about the gaudy hitting percentages from these freshman middles in this match? That's Chambers hitting wide, no touch up front, and yeah, now it's starting to become tenuous here for the Gauchos. 21-18, Hawaii up a 3 spot, and a timeout by Coach McLaughlin.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or online at bigislandcandies.com to see their amazing selection, including delicious chocolate-dipped shortbreads.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at the series record sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leading the all-time series 44-37. Last one came in California last April, and Hawaii losing in 3 as that was a weird hit. Connor Drake's swing, kind of tightrope walk the net before falling just inside that far sideline for a Santa Barbara point. Interesting note, though, about the series record is the road team has lost each of the last 6 matches between these 2 programs.
It's pretty interesting that the home team has had that kind of an advantage.
Franciscovich goes middle to Gassman. Good save there in the back row. And it's Delson, 2-handed in the air by Matautia. Here's Fay. Put a little heat on it. Missed the end line, though. No touch. And after the timeout, 2 straight points for the Gauchos right back into the picture.
And watch for Charlie Wayne to call one of his 2 remaining timeouts if the Gauchos score here.
Not just going to let him play through it again?
I don't think he will.
Well, he's helped out a little bit there as Grady Ewald, 6-foot freshman, sends it into the net.
You know, when I read the media guide, one of the things interesting, Grady Ewald is one of like 4 guys whose favorite movie is Surf's Up.
Oh, yeah, he's a big-time surfer, huh?
Perfect for Santa Barbara. It's like 4 guys that's their favorite movie. Where do you find that in any media guide in college sports?
There's the serve by Kupono Fay. Pass by Delson. He gets the set from the back row and then just pulverizes that one. The Gauchos get the point and the side. Take another look at this.
That was a great set from Deweese. And what a swing by Delson. He really does have one live arm.
So Chavers to serve. 21 serving 22. 2-handed by Tuileta. Outside, it's Matautia up the ladder. Good dig back there by Chavers. Delson plays it off of his own ricochet. And then put down by Hayden Boley from off the net. A good improvisational play there, and timeout Charlie Wade as this thing is tied up.
I'll tell you one thing about Santa Barbara, those 2 players, Hayden Boley and Jacob Delson, on a broken play, the scouting report on them is they will swing away. They won't tap it in. They'll go up and take a chance. There's the block. There's the coverage that's popped up, and then Hawaii doesn't think on the coverage that the set was that good, so nobody really went up and blocked. So Boley goes up and just takes a swing at it and gets the point.
So while we have a timeout on the floor, let's check out the first Hawaiian Bank top three. And we're taking a look at MPSF team digs. Hawaii tops the list with the play of Tui Leta, as well as Mamani Namahoe. 8.89 digs per set, talking about the two liberos, but they have gotten some really good defense from even guys like Austin Matautia, Kupono Fei, Jennings Franciscovich, who's been particularly deft at keeping balls alive from the setter position. So this is a Hawaii defense that has proven to really be able to extend rallies.
I think they're taking pride in not wanting to let the ball hit the floor, regardless. They give up their bodies. They read well. They're disciplined in how they handle the scouting report, where they should go for certain hitters, and it's led to them leading the league right now. It's pretty amazing. You notice the number 3 team in the league is the number 2 team in the country, UCLA. So they're up there with some pretty good company.
Well, if you keep the ball alive, you're giving yourself a chance to score points. It's as simple as that. Right now we are tied up here in set 1. 22 serving 22. It comes from Chavers. Pass to Ileta. High and away. Matautia. And we got a net violation called against the Gauchos. It was otherwise a fantastic two-handed save by the libero Parker Boley. They weren't able to play on because of the violation, and now it is Pat Gassman back behind the line to serve. Hawaii hitting 130 in this first set compared to 154 for UC Santa Barbara. Gassman took a little something off of it. Middle set, rejected. Holy moly, Hendrik Mole.
The senior from Norway says, welcome to the MPSF, Keenan Sanders. Sanders, who's played so well this year for his team, hitting .463, 20 block assists. He's been a monster at the net. At that time, Mole just one better.
Aloha ball for set 1. Gassman put a little gas on it. Outside, Boley locked in roof. Jennings Franciscovich shuts the door on the play and on set 1 as Hawaii takes it in come from behind fashion, trailing by as many as 5 to take it 25-22. The Rainbow Warriors back in MPSF action. Strike first. Click on the tickets button to print your tickets. Avoid the lines by going online. Hawaii trailing by as many as 5 in that first set. Able to turn things around, and at that juncture, Charlie Wade electing not to signal for a timeout. He let his guys play through it. What did they kind of show him, you think, with that comeback?
I think they showed some resilience, some persistence, some creativity. And for him to trust them like that, I think they probably enjoyed getting that trust. They could figure it out on their own. How about the side-out percentages? Santa Barbara siding out at 43%. Hawaii siding out at 50%. Those are horrible numbers. In the MPSF, you got to have 69% to win a set. So for the two of them, it was like, who could play worse side-out offense? But you got to credit the defense. Somebody's playing some pretty good defense out there, that's for sure.
Pat Gassman, 8 serves in that first set, and really when they were down 5, he was back behind the service line, and he helped to spark that comeback and then helped to finish the deal at the end.
Definitely one of the highlights of the first set was Gassman's serving.
Sanders with the serve here to start set 2, and Austin Matautia rising high but getting blocked. Second crack at it. And it's in, off the block, so it goes in the books as a roof. It was a tantalizing play for sure, but Delson next to Drake able to deny Matautia.
Kupono Fei going low to pop that ball up, keep it alive. Matautia gets it right back again. It's blocked, and it's in the air for a long time. It goes down as a roof, but you know what? It was what they would call a soft block.
Moments being taken to wipe perspiration off of the Terraflex. You have 2 head coaches who have been with their respective programs for about the same amount of time. Charlie Wade in his 8th season, Rick McLaughlin in his 9th. Both with really strong recruiting classes coming into this year. Matautia comes swooping in. That one dug up by Boley. Outside, it's Delson. off the shoulder of Fay and out of play. So a point for UCSB, and they score the first 2 here to get set number 2 started.
We knew Santa Barbara's offense was not going to be sleepy for that long. They know they could have played a lot better in that first set.
Delson, he's led the Gauchos in kills every match this season. D-set goes to Stein von Tilburg. Great dig by Chavers and the chase down by Hayden Boley. Free chance here for Hawaii. Franciscovich high and away. Mataltia against a solo block. Able to eat it up and get Hawaii off the schneid in set 2.
Smart choice by Franciscovich that time. Santa Barbara was committing in the middle, thinking that the ball was going to be set on a perfect pass like that. They thought it was going to be right to the middle. Instead, Franciscovich goes back to Mataltia on the outside for a one-on-one situation.
So Jennings with the serve. Pass by Hayden Boley. Chavers from the opposite position. Great dig to Ileta. Fay from the back row off the block. Shouldered in the air by Mataltia. Pinballed back over. Middle set, and that was a great sleight of hand there by the setter.
Boy, DeWeese did a great job that time. He was a front row player, so he could have attacked the ball or pushed it down with 2 hands like he did earlier in the first set. And so, boy, the way he faked that out is he got a great blocking situation for his attacker.
Yeah, instead set up Connor Drake, who knew what to do with it. Diving effort in the back row by Fay for not, and that's another kill for Jake Delson. Delson has risen really to the role of the go-to guy this year for UC Santa Barbara. He is a 5th-year senior, but has never quite been in this position. And certainly head coach Rick McLaughlin saying, hey, he's a guy who probably deserved some recognition, as our corner crew getting up close and personal to some of the action there. But he says, yeah, maybe Delson should have been a guy in a position to get more recognition from some of the other coaches when it came to preseason awards or those kinds of things. But he said, frankly, he's never played this well in his career.
Yeah, he's certainly playing well this year. Although first set, 2 kills, 3 errors, 11 tries, hit negative 091. But he's changing that tune in this second set.
Out serve helping Hawaii's cause.
4 hitters had 2 kills apiece for Santa Barbara in that first set. Boley, Drake, Chavers, and Delson.
So Mataltia here to serve. He's leading the way for Hawaii with 4 kills on 11 swings. Throw in an ace. His first of the match, his 11th of the season.
And Hawaii's second ace of the night. Tough to ace the Santa Barbara team. They're so well coached, and their passing fundamentals are so solid that they rarely get aced.
That one a 59-mile-per-hour offering. Chavers had to touch it over and found the corner where no Rainbow Warriors were.
How Chavers did that, I'll never know. Great peripheral vision, I guess. He saw the hole in area 5, and the ball was in the air forever. Seems like one of 6 players should have been able to run that one down.
So here it comes from Delson. Middle set, Mole, dug up by Delson. Pump set goes to Chavers. To Ileta there, one-hand set, Franciscovich to Stein. Wow!
That was a work of art right there. Set pass a little bit too tight by Tui to the net. Franciscovich has to use one hand. And Stein Van Tilburg delivers.
It was cool enough that we're giving it the nod as the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match. I think Jennings is averaging a Fujitsu cool play nominee in almost every match this season.
It's not just with his setting. Sometimes it's with his attacking. Sometimes with his blocking, his straight down blocking. Sometimes it's with his King Kong one-handed blocks.
The Kong block, love it. Connor Drake with the serve. Backside set, Von Tilburg, the block wasn't ready, and he made them pay. Stein Von Tilburg now with 5 kills on 11 attacks.
He's another one who struggled in the first set, 3 kills, but he had 3 errors, hit 0-0-0. Not normal numbers for Von Tilburg.
4.07 kills per set this year. That's 8th in the nation, 4th in the MPSF. And now with the serve, They go to Chavers on the opposite side, and again is able to just deliver a curveball, a slider, if you will, that finds its way to the floor.
He's like a magician. He's got that sleight of hand working tonight. He had 2 balls now that were in the air forever, and not one of the 6 players on the other team could run it down.
He's got 4 kills. He's hitting .375, and here he is serving. Von Tilburg had to olay that one as he was almost caught pinned against that deep corner. The call is an out call. It's a point for Hawaii, but I'm not sure if Rick McLaughlin is entertaining the idea of a challenge, and it looks like they will challenge it. They bust out the ping pong paddle. And so Dixon Chun will take a look at this. Our officiating crew, Chun down on the floor. John Kenyon is the official top the ladder. Kevin Chun and Sam Montalvo, the 2 line judges. This will be interesting. You had Stein von Tilburg, who was sort of straddling that corner, trying to get out of the way here. Where does the ball land? It's awfully close.
You know, one lines person said it was wide. The other one said it was good long. That one looks pretty good right there. That's hard to tell.
What makes it even trickier, that Texaco signage, right, with sort of the white background jetted up against that white sideline. It's difficult.
Well, at least we know the ball hit the ground first before hitting Stein von Tilburg.
Stein looking like he's playing hopscotch over there. What do you think, Chris?
I think
you make the call.
It looks good to me, but who am I to say?
Yeah, we've both gotten burned when we have been definitive in our opinions sometimes on these reviews. 3 reviews for each side. Similar rules to what we saw during the Rainbow Wahine volleyball season. And Dixon Chun taking an awfully long look at this.
We'll tell you this, that they've got to speed up the whole replay system. It just disrupts the flow of the game too much.
They're going to call it in.
Yeah, I think it was the right call. The right call.
So it results in a service ace. Chavers kind of befuddles Hawaii again, this time from the service line. And instead of 7-6, it's 8 serving 5. And Matautia passes it over in diving fashion. Back row set. Delson sent it long. No touch up front for Hawaii. Delson put a lot of smoke on that, but it's a point for Hawaii nonetheless.
But he wanted that in the worst way. He knew he was getting that back row quick set. And he just tried a little bit too hard, a little too much mustard on that hot dog.
You see how explosive he is,
He really is, isn't he?
That's tremendous. Kupono Fei with the serve. That was pretty explosive. 60-mile-an-hour serve. Boley is blocked back. Second touch swing in the middle by Deweese. And Gassman sends it into the twine.
Set a little bit too low, and Gassman tried to do a little bit too much with it as well.
Deweese doing some interesting things in that setter position at 6'6". He kind of provides himself with a lot of options when that ball is hovering near the twine when he's in the front row.
How about this? Deweese did not even play high school volleyball.
Yeah, that's right. He only played club ball,
He played club, that's it.
And Siskovic sends it outside to Matautia. Net violation, about the 3rd or 4th time that we have seen that call against Santa Barbara. So Hawaii getting the free point once again.
On Keenan Sanders. Another Fab 50er. Rick McLaughlin's got Fab 50ers all over this lineup. Number 5 recruiting class last year. He's had a couple other good recruiting classes as well. This is a team of the future.
Yeah, 6 Fab 50 members to be exact. Bodes well for the future, that's for sure. Oh my word, Jake Delson just ripping that set. And getting the point and side back for Santa Barbara.
He made sure he kept this one in play. Nice set from Deweese, too. Gave Delson at least a little bit of a split block.
And they make Pat Gassman's run at the service line as brief as possible. which was something that didn't bode well for them in set one. Matautia off the bump set by Kupono Fei. It wasn't the prettiest thing, but Matautia and Fei able to work the connection.
That was a bizarre play, I'll tell you. Not a good pass by Matautia. Great bump set by Kupono Fei. And somehow or another, Matautia found a way down the line. A little sliver of an opening down the line.
Delson blocked. Joust at the net. Hendrik Mole is the winner.
Amazing what Hendrik Mole does with only vision out of one eye. The other eye is like almost entirely blind. He just does amazing things with what vision he has.
Outside Delson, big run up off the block played by Tuileta. Outside, Matautia smothered by that UCSB block. Connor Drake and Randy DeWeese, that's 6'8" and 6'6".
That's a big wall. Connor Drake, I think, got most of it. He really hustled to get to the outside to form a solid gaucho wall.
So 2 blocks in this set for UCSB compared to 0 for Hawaii. The serve by DeWeese. 2-hand pass to Ileta. Stein comes swooping in. Stein van Tilburg, the 6'8" sophomore from Amsterdam. In fact, told us before the match his parents and his aunt are back in the Netherlands watching this match online. It is an 11-hour time difference, and they are watching from, he said, his grandmother's home, which is in a town in the Netherlands called Tilburg. And I said, wait, so the name of the town came before you, right? Or is it just because you're such a good volleyball player? He said, yeah, no, it came before. It's sort of why our family has that name. Here's Stein. Oh, that'll make his parents and his aunt smile a little bit wider as he gets Hawaii back to within a point.
Let's see, so 11 hours would make it, they're watching at 6 in the morning over there.
Yep.
5:30.
11 serving 12. That one tickles the tape. Backside Chavers. Oh, went long. Was there a touch? It appeared as though there was. Nobody saw it from the official standpoint, but immediately Rick McLaughlin reaches for the ping pong paddle again. It looked like there was a touch in the back row of that Hawaii defense.
Hendrik Mole definitely touched him. I'm surprised the officials didn't see that. It happened pretty fast, though, so maybe it was difficult. But Hendrik Mole, wanted to go find the hole to dig in. Like it was. Speaking of holes to dig in, I think Hendrik Mole might have been like the Groundhog Day yesterday.
Oh,
remember?
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Mole, Groundhog.
Mole,
yes.
But he wanted to go dig a hole because he definitely touched it.
Yeah. Let's put it even into these terms. Hendrik Mole would be able to see this touch if he reviewed this play.
Yeah, he would. Red, yellow. Oh, it's hard to tell right there. Maybe it's easier to tell from this angle right here. Here it comes. Let's see if we can see him.
Yeah, there it was. It's not quite as obvious
It isn't.
in that replay, but
Henrik, see, he knows.
yeah,
He knows.
he was trying to play it cool, but Dixon Chun wasn't having any of it. And so that's 2 successful reviews here for UC Santa Barbara. They only have 1 left, but they have been effective.
See you laughing.
Yeah, he has to admit it. Coming clean with his teammates. So a 2-point advantage here for the Gauchos. Here's Van Tilburg off the block, and he got caught underneath the net. Argues his point for a moment, but it's a score for the Gauchos, and it's now 14 serving 11.
That's the correct call. His whole foot was underneath the net, underneath the line, the center line.
He continues to argue his point.
So Matautia is going to take a risk. Charlie Wade's going to try Brett Rosemeyer on the outside.
Brett Rosemeyer making his 10th appearance of the season, 6'6" sophomore from Virginia Beach, averaging 1.4 kills per set, hitting .278. but we've seen flashes of brilliance from Rosie throughout this season. As Gassman sends it long, thought there was a touch. No touch is called, so maybe it's Charlie Wade's turn to reach for the ping pong paddle. He does, as UCSB is first to 15. We'll take a timeout.
Rainbow Warrior Volleyball on OC Sports is sponsored by Strong and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. So Charlie Wade did challenge that last call on the Gassman hit. He wanted a touch. The call was that there was no touch and that it was long and a point for UC Santa Barbara, but Charlie Wade reaching for his ping pong paddle, and so we're going to have the third review of this second set, and hard to tell if there was a touch according to our replays. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, I think we've seen it from 3 different angles, and we didn't see any fingers bend back, which would be a telling sign. We didn't see the ball flight change or the ball spinach change. So I think it's going to go against the Rainbow Warriors.
I just looked over to my left, and UC Santa Barbara now, on the bench to the left of our vantage point. And their head trainer, Leroy Hugh, Farrington grad, celebrated his wedding day today. I mean, he got married today and was introduced prior to the match. If you were watching the introductions, he got a little special notification. That was cool.
He is working tonight, but he's in Hawaii. He could actually call it his honeymoon, couldn't he?
I mean, I'm thinking
that. Honeymoon in Hawaii.
His wife's
in the gym all night.
His wife is in the stands, and I'm not sure how happy she is to be celebrating wedding day here at the Stan Sheriff Center, but pretty cool story, that's for sure. Also thinking...
There he is.
And there is a look at Leroy Hugh. Congratulations to him and his bride. But what's also cool, at least from Charlie Wade's standpoint, is that Dixon Jun reversed the call, said there was a touch. And so it's a point for Hawaii.
And there's his lovely bride.
There she is, texting her friends saying, Hazel, I can't believe we're at a volleyball game the day of our wedding. Nice action there as Hawaii was able to ad-lib. Jennings Franciscovich.
Keenan Sanders is shaking his head. Santa Barbara, he just unloaded on that shot, and then Tilburg pops it up. Jennings finishes, but what a play that. That could have been a cool play of the night.
Hawaii back to within one. Here's Chavers off the block and down. So in each set so far, we've seen the Rainbow Warriors put together pretty spirited comeback efforts. It was enough to actually turn the tide and take set one. Are they going to be able to complete that rally here in set two? As Chavers retreats back behind the service line. He's the high man for UC Santa Barbara with those 6 kills.
Yeah, that's exactly what Rick McLaughlin was hoping for. He was hoping that Chavers would come up with a big night. And he's assuming that Delson would have his usual big night, and then they'd have a very good chance to beat the Rainbow Warriors.
Rapono Faye with one of his softest hit kills of his career. He's back now behind the service line, hitting 179 on the season. Now at 167 for this match. Good serve there. And it's going to be a free chance here for Hawaii. Franciscovich goes D-sec to Stein. Dropping the hammer. And we are knotted up at 15. First tie of this second set.
It's almost a rerun of the first set. Santa Barbara jumps out early in both sets. Gets what looks like might be a little comfortable lead. Oh, there's the Rainbow Wahine faithful cheering on their counterparts.
That was Emily Maglio right next to Calais Greeley, holding up the signage. And Gassman giving UCSB the gas face. And Hawaii jumps in front for the first time here in set 2. Timeout, UC Santa Barbara. Welcome back. We have yet to see Rado Parapunov here tonight, but our Jack fact is about a perfect Parapunov, Hawaii's freshman hit a perfect 1,009 kills, 9 attempts, 0 errors last Friday versus Grandview. 1 swing short of qualifying for the MPSF single match season high hitting percentage, and ironically enough, 3 off of the Hawaii record of Stein von Tilburg's 12 kills on 12 attempts from a year ago, as UCSB comes out of the timeout.
I was there that night, and Harpunov did all of that in 1 set. He wasn't even playing a long time. He just came in the 3rd set. One of the reasons he's not playing right now is that Stein von Tilburg is playing well. They're playing the same position.
Still maybe a bit of a surprise. Not something that was talked about or expected, that Rado has not seen any action yet here tonight. As Boley from the back row, Hayden Boley, last year actually made the transition from being the team's libero to the starting outside hitter over the last 7 matches. And so who takes over as the primary libero here this year? Well, his brother, Parker, who is now 5th in the MPSF in digs per set. And of course, they have yet another brother, Davis, a freshman who has yet to play this season. Stein von Tilburg, though, continues to do damage for Hawaii. That's his 9th kill on 16 attempts.
Von Tilburg's one of the reasons why Rado is not playing. As long as Stein's having a big night on the right side, Rado will be sitting down, because Rado doesn't play on the left, I don't think. But Stein can, so if they need to make an adjustment at all, Hawaii need to change the lineup around. They can put Stein on the left and put Rado on the right, and that's what they tried to do against Long Beach State, and it didn't work.
A rare error there for Corey Chavers, just his 2nd hitting error of the evening. Goes wide, Hawaii jumps ahead again, and look who's serving, Chris. Pat Gassman, that has portended good things for Hawaii. As Rosenmeyer can't win the joust, but sets it up for his buddy Jennings Franciscovich to close the deal. Timeout, Gauchos. We'll keep things here as Rick McLaughlin wants to talk things over with his team. Yet again, Hawaii has been able to come from behind in this 2nd set. 3-0 run, they lead by 2.
Served by Gassman, forced that overpass, and Jennings Franciscovich gets the last say. But, Hawaii's serving continues to be so effective. Charlie Wade once told me, actually it was before last year, you know what Mountain Pacific Sports Federation stands for? It's not MPSF for Mountain Pacific Sports Federation. It's must serve.
Wait, you sure you got this?
Let me get this right.
Right, you know, let's send it over to Ryan, and then I'm waiting for you to come out and finish this thought on the other side. Ryan, take it.
You got it.
We'll give Chris some time to think about that. Here in the Hawaii sideline, Hawaii coaching staff talking to Patrick Gassman about this next serve, recognizing he's on a great run and the run that he had in that 1st set. They're also talking about their blocking. They want to give UC Santa Barbara line, meaning Hawaii's blockers are going to tend to take more of the cross court and leave the line to their defense. They're saying that they're getting used way too much on the outside and hopefully making that adjustment so that their line diggers play better defense. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. All right, so here's the drum roll. MPSF, what does it also stand for, Chris?
Must put serve first.
There you go.
Right from Charlie Wade's mouth. He says that's one of the keys in this league to be successful, and clearly Hawaii's gotten better at their serving from last year, in my opinion.
Well, we saw CSUN sweep Stanford at home here tonight. So, with some of these surprises, UCLA, just the fact that they were able to push BYU in Provo to a 5th set shorthanded. What are your early season thoughts on the composition of the MPSF here in 2017?
As usual, it's tough top to bottom. No easy night in the MPSF.
Gassman with another good serve. Hawaii a little rat-a-tat on their side, but they return it. So the Gauchos go slide to Keenan Sanders. And a violation called against Hawaii, a point for UCSB.
Brett Rosemeyer unnecessarily tried to stuff block there and got his forearm on the top of the cable.
Interestingly enough, we're talking about the MPSF, and certainly it is the standard setter in all of men's collegiate volleyball. But these are 2 teams who are actually going to be bouncing from the MPSF to help form the new Big West Conference in men's volleyball next season. Outside, here's Delson. Blocked in roof. A triple block up for Hawaii, and they say, ole.
And the reason there was a triple block is that the pass was just not good enough. It was so predictable where the ball was going to be sent.
And that was the 4th block of this match for Jennings Franciscovich, who now serves. Pass tight to the net. Jennings pops it up. Faye slaps it over. Chance for the Gauchos. Outside Delson. Hard angle and in. UCSB back to within a point. Delson with 7 kills now in the match. But he is a guy who has hit .337 on the year coming into tonight, Chris. Hawaii, at least partially to be credited, certainly for holding him to 100 even so far tonight.
Yeah, he's been a monster all year. He's been seeing 2-man blocks all year long. Hit .330 from his position. Amazing.
Rosie trying to go down the line, misses it wide. And we are tied again. 4th tie of this second set. And this time it's Charlie Wade who wants to talk things over. The Rainbow Warriors riding an 11-match home winning streak dating back to last year. Their 2 losses coming on the road against Long Beach State. Meanwhile, UC Santa Barbara, they have played the majority of their matches at home as well. Their only road match, in fact, prior to tonight was their 3-set loss at UCLA. That was back on the 25th.
You know, you asked me about how I think the league's going to shape up. One of the things about the league is a lot of people, most coaches, in fact, saw that there were 3 teams at the top and a bunch of teams in the middle, a couple teams at the bottom. But the 3 teams at the top were BYU, Long Beach State, and UCLA. That was a given. And all of a sudden, the first week of the season, SC, who was in the bottom group, upsets Long Beach State. Go figure.
Yeah.
So once that happened, it sort of threw the door open for everybody to say, okay, anybody can upset anybody on a given night. Clearly, Stanford was on a big run recently, and all of a sudden they go to CSUN, a tough place to play, and they get swept.
So
one of many upsets that will happen this year in the MPSF.
Hawaii preseason pick to finish 6th in the MPSF. BYU the favorite. On the other side, UC Santa Barbara preseason picked 8th. One of the effects that a lot of coaches and other onlookers are anticipating from the expansion to the Big West Conference is that eventually they're going to have to expand the NCAA tournament field as well. As Franciscovich goes high and away to Stein, the block was up. It was Connor Drake able to shut the door on Stein, and all of a sudden, Santa Barbara back in front.
Solid block, good net cam work right there. Good penetration over the net by Chavers. Good right side blocker is Chavers.
Oh, but a service error by the setter, Randy Deweese, at a very inopportune time. We're tied for the 5th time with Brett Rosenmeyer retreating back to serve. Virginia State Player of the Year in 2013 and 2014 takes the deep breath. Here it comes off the high toss. Set outside Chavers. Stein von Tilburg returns it to sender.
One of the few times Chavers has been stopped tonight.
And that was a solo deal.
And Stein knows how to celebrate Hawaiian style, doesn't he?
See his blocking numbers, 22 serving 21. It's Chavers again over the block, saved by Tuileta. Outside, it's Faye. Great dig by Parker Bowley. From the back row, it's his brother Hayden, dug up by Tuileta. Stein off the fingertips, kept alive by Deweese. We're seeing some great defense on this sequence. Delson through the block and down despite the valiant effort of Jennings Franciscovich.
Great effort by both sides. Terrific defense. Deweese with an amazing dig to keep that rally alive. And here's Delson just swinging as hard as he can, like he does every time pretty much. He's got 2 speeds, you know, fast and asleep.
And here he is serving it. 53 mile an hour with top spin. Von Tilburg goes kaboom from the opposite position.
I should say he's got two speeds, fast and faster. He was asleep in the first shot when he hit negative.
And then Stein comes up and says, how's that for fast? 10 kills here for Von Tilburg, first to double digits. 23 serving 22. Hendrik Moll with the serve. Chavers had to adjust the run-up, so a chance here for Hawaii. Rosenmeyer sets up Stein. The touch off the block and out. Point Hawaii. And it is Aloha Ball in set number 2.
Boy, Hawaii really got lucky there on a broken play. Hendrik Moll put up a good serve, and Bowley passed it up almost perfectly. So it looked like the advantage was in Santa Barbara's hand. How Hawaii did it, I don't know.
So Moll comes out. Joe Worsley comes in to serve Aloha Ball. What do you think about that move?
Worsley's so consistent, you know, hard to not see him going in and digging the ball right here.
Delson, that looked like a Tom Brady throw this Sunday.
That did look like it stayed in his hand a long time, didn't it?
But it's a point for UC Santa Barbara. And that is not a challengeable.
That is not challengeable, no.
Just a little FYI there. 23 serving 24, still Aloha Ball for Hawaii. Pass by Rosenmeyer, backside set, Von Tilburg blocked and roofed, and we're tied. What a clutch play by Corey Chavers with their backs against the wall.
Going to Stein maybe one too many times.
And Charlie Way going to signal for the timeout. Take another look here at some of the heroics of Corey Chavers for UC Santa Barbara. He's done a little bit of everything, Chris.
He has, with 6 kills, hit 214, got 4 digs, been in on 3 blocks. And he's been really solid for Santa Barbara tonight.
That last block as big as any on Aloha Ball for Hawaii. Their second set point, he was able to deny Von Tilburg, and now we're tied at 24.
I think what Hawaii's going to do right now is they're going to look for the small blocker, Hayden Bowley, and see where he goes. That time I think he went to the right. If he goes to the left and is assigned to block Van Tilburg, they'll set Van Tilburg again. If he goes to the right, then I think Hawaii will either set the middle if they get a good pass, or they'll set the left side hitter.
The MPSF home opener for the Rainbow Warriors started out with 3 league games on the road, lost twice to Long Beach State, defeated UC Irvine, but here UC Santa Barbara, 11th in the land, trying to even things up in this match. Hawaii took the first set 25-22. And who knows, we could be far from done here.
We'll see where Chambers goes. Now, I think Chambers is going to go left and try to block Van Tilburg, which could make it nice for Kapono Fay. You got maybe a mismatch on Bowley on the left side.
The serve by Grady Ewell. Outside, it's Fay. Big swing off the block and out.
That was the mismatch I was talking about. Kapono Fay on Hayden Bowley. I'm sure that's what they talked about during the huddle, was how can we attack the small block. Not to take anything away from Hayden Bowley. He's a great blocker and a great player, but most teams will try to take advantage of the shortest blocker in the front row.
He's a converted libero, that's the fact. Here it comes on Aloha Ball again, but Stein sends it into the twine. And it's Chavers back to serve for the Gauchos. We're tied at 25. Hey, we may be far from done. Remember, UC Irvine played USC in the second set of their match tonight. 42-40 was the final in that second stanza. Perfect pass by Tuileta. High and away, it's Fay against a double block. Dug up back over the net, played by Tuileta again. Jennings outside to Kapono, the dink! Pancake save, Hayden Bowley. Can they get it across? No, they can't. And a point for the Rainbow Warriors. They'll have a crack at finishing set 2 again.
How about Santa Barbara's defense? Taking Hawaii's best shots and popping them up.
Well, as a full-time libero and true freshman, Hayden Boley led all freshmen in the nation in digs per set, now an outside hitter. So, you know he's got the skills in him as Faye serves for set 2. Delson, oh my goodness. Hit the punch there.
He knows how to celebrate too. Very emotional player. And that was a heavy punch. This is like a laser. Just uncocks it, just releases. Just a great arm swing.
The sheer power, the velocity of those kinds of hits as the serve by Hayden Boley goes long. Those kinds of hits, Chris, can only truly be appreciated if you are in this building. I mean, you can watch it on TV and it's still impressive, but
yeah, it's way better in this building.
You need to come and check it out for yourself.
Absolutely. This team is fun to watch. Santa Barbara's fun to watch. These two teams are going to do it again tomorrow night. So if you're at home watching, show up tomorrow night.
Oh, Pat Gassman just missed ending set 2.
Not by much.
And so we're tied again. I repeat, Irvine and USC played the 42-40 in the second set of their match tonight. I know we got a long way to go here, but just saying. High and away, it's Rosie.
I'll tell you, Hawaii really took advantage of a perfect pass to take a look at the Rainbow Wahine, but there's Rosie getting a one-on-one on the outside. The hitter's going to win that about 90% of the time.
So Brett Rosenmeyer with the strong finish there. Aloha ball again, but another out serve, and we're tied at 28. And Hawaii just letting UCSB hang around here in set 2.
They say one of the cardinal rules in serving is don't serve out on the game point. And MPSF stands for must put serving first.
You just said it. Deweese with the serve. Tuileta sticks the pass. Outside, it's Stein with authority.
You know, he came to Hawaii as a natural left side hitter, and Hawaii converted him to the opposite position. But there he shows what he can do when he gets a good set on the left side. That was pulverized inside the 3-meter line, I think.
He's having one of those nights. 12 kills for Von Tilburg. Rosenmeyer serving for set 2. Backside, Delson. Oh, he overran the set. Free chance, Hawaii. Here's Stein. And after 7 set points, Hawaii finally able to wipe their brow after a job done in set 2. They take it 30-28. It was a backside to Stein finishing the deal, and the Rainbow Warriors lead 2-0. Intermission. They'll have a chance to reach into the broom closet. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Chris, pretty even for the most part.
Well, yeah, but look at the point differential. Hawaii only wins by 3 in the first, only by 2 in the second. So this match is a toss-up as far as I'm concerned. I think the broom closet should be a distant thought for the Rainbow Warriors. This Santa Barbara team is just too good. Kill percentage is very unusual. Santa Barbara hitting 200. They normally hit 322 in the year. Hawaii hitting 281. They normally hit around 311, I think. So both teams playing some pretty good defense. You see the good blocking up there and the digging as well. Ace the errors about even again. Hawaii with 2 aces that, you know, I think they would like to have more than that. Both teams certainly trying to score more points from behind the service line. But one of the great, the fun things I think about tonight was watching Patrick Gassman go back and serve. There's a 6'10" kid from Fresno who goes back and just sort of takes over in the middle of the first set. And he tells everybody, you know, I love to play defense, so I'm not going to serve the ball out and go sit on the bench right away and give my spot to a libero. I'm going to get there and serve and keep it in.
And then you see him lay out like a libero on some of the sequences following his serves. He's just having a blast out there. They might not be a player that enjoys playing the game more than Pat Gassman. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank.
We're going to take a look at Larry Tuileta and how strong his hands are. Here's a jump serve coming at him, and watch him use his hands to pass the ball up. There's very few players in the country that can use their hands to put it up. When you use your hands in an overhand fashion like that, you can be much more accurate in where the ball goes. Right there, it was set right on the money, right to where Franciscovich could set 3 different attackers. Santa Barbara blocker goes up in the middle and goes with Mole right there and cannot get to the outside in time, and there's an easy outside attack. I think it was by Caponofe, or it could have been Awesome Maltatia. But in either case, that guy right there, Larry Twilifta, has made such a difference on this volleyball team, and Charlie Wade is just so happy to have him on board. I'm glad he's not playing football, at least right now.
I mean, that's
you never know, though.
That's the thing about his just overall versatile talent. This was a guy who was the Volleyball Magazine National Player of the Year when he was an outside hitter at Punahou. As you see, Jake Delson getting the point for UC Santa Barbara. Net violation called against Hawaii. Also, Henry Cherry, 6'6", redshirt sophomore, number 24. Getting the start here in set 3 for the Gauchos. But
Henry Cherry, all MPSF freshman last year, all PMPS honorable mention, and didn't make the starting lineup tonight. That's how deep this Rick McLaughlin's squad is.
And maybe a little cold serves for the first time into the net. Casey McGarry, the other freshman setter on the roster from Manhattan Beach, also a Loyola High School product.
All coached by the great Mike Boley at Loyola High School.
Backside set. Chavers, nothing doing as Rosie and Mole combine forces on the block.
Rosie goes up and puts up a nice post block there on the outside. Chavers just could not get around that. That's set a little bit too tight, I think, as well.
So 2 serving 1 here. It comes from Kupono-Fe. Oh, Delson off the block and out. He went a couple of floors higher than normal on that approach.
Normally that would have been a very good block, but Delson gets the ball so hard. But a lot of times the blockers up there, they think a stuff block. Instead, it just gets launched, comes back faster than when it went over.
So 12 kills now for Delson. 1 off of the standard set by Von Tilburg. Goes off the block there, played off the net and return. Chance here for Hawaii. They go middle to Mole. Hendrik Mole lays the smackdown.
Hendrik Mole makes an alert play. The ball comes over. He passes it. And the gift is given right back to him by Jennings Franciscovich.
Hendrik Mole has found a good groove out there, both offensively and defensively here in 2017. And with the serve down the line, a great pass by Boley. And the middle set goes to Connor Drake, and he makes it work. So we're tied at 3.
There's a great pass, allowing Santa Barbara to run the middle. You know, it's interesting. Rick McLaughlin put in a new setter, Casey McGarry. This provides all kinds of problems for Hawaii's middle blockers. They have a brand new setter. They've got to learn what his tendencies are, where he's going to go, how fast he sets it. It's a little bit like when Hawaii puts in Joe Worsley.
Sure.
He comes in, it's, the whole dynamics of the game change.
Yeah, he's not as tall, not as much of a threat necessarily at the net. When it comes to some of those second touch transition opportunities, but a nice set there in the middle to Drake.
That's 2 in a row in the middle, so you know, he's going to be a little Worsley-like and provides a different spark and energy to the Santa Barbara team. But I'll tell you, I thought DeWeese did a great job. He had, what do you have, 20 assists? That's 10 per set. Those are good numbers.
4 serving 4. Franciscovich goes middle to Gassman, a little high there, so a chance here for the Gauchos. Chavers goes deep, a little too deep, no touch for Hawaii, and it's a point for the Rainbow Warriors. It's 5 serving 4. I think the most egregious error or miscalculation you can put on Randy DeWeese was really at the end of that second set when he tried to set up Jake Delson. It was a little bit off the net. Delson overran it, and that provided Hawaii with the free ball where they were able to end it.
Exactly. There's definitely a communication issue there.
Middle set, and That's Cherry, misses wide, and it's another point for Hawaii.
Cherry's another one who hits for a good percentage. Hits .481, the highest on the team. A rare error from him. They call him Hank.
He is an aspiring winemaker.
I know. Can you believe it?
Oh, that one just missed wide. And UCSB gets it back. You know, another interesting thing about the Gauchos, they're the only team in the NCAA comprised solely of California natives. We mentioned 5 out of Loyola High School, but everybody else from Cali.
Definitely a financial issue for Santa Barbara.
Explain.
Well, their scholarships, each school gets 4.5 scholarships, and those are in-state scholarships. So if California or if UCSB wants to go to the to get somebody from Ohio or something, they have to pay the out-of-state tuition, which is like double. It would chew up one of their other scholarships.
Gassman with another stellar serve. Good pass, though. And Delson from the back row misses wide. So we're starting to see some hitting errors accumulate here for UC Santa Barbara. They are now hitting negative in the third set. And Hawaii has built its largest lead here in the third. Negative 100 to be exact here for UCSB.
Very unusual for a team that is used to hitting 322 on the year. Oh, look who's serving again.
Yep.
Every time we turn around, it seems like Patrick Gassman's on the service line, and Hawaii is going on serving runs.
Serves it out there. Gassman, that's just his second service error of the night. And Tui back onto the floor. Again, we mentioned the article in the Star Advertiser by Cindy Lewis, mentioning that Tui is the 4th of 8 children in his family. So, I mean, you know, when you come from a family that big, it's easy to understand where the competitive juices come from, right? You got to compete for everything.
Exactly. And he wanted to come home and perform in front of his family.
Yeah.
And there's lots of them. They take up a whole section.
Outside, Delson dug up by Tui over the net. Set to Delson again. This time he got it by both Tuileta and Rosenmeyer. And it was interesting to hear Charlie Wade's take on Tuileta's decision to go to USC, and he uses words like heartbroken. He said he was sad. Of course, National Letter of Intent Day was just on Wednesday, and so a lot discussed about football, and Tuileta, who was a star on the football field for Punahou as well. That's another sport where he considered focusing his attention in college as Von Tilburg gets his 14th kill of the match. But it's just funny how it works sometimes, right? The poetry of it is back comes Tuileta, as so many,
a circle of life.
but as so many have, though, right? I mean, it's
everything always goes back to the Lion King. You know that.
yeah.
Pride Rock.
That's right. That's right. Oh boy, that was some thunder from Corey Chavers off of Tuileta and down. But you know, that's always been one of the secondary recruiting pitches for UH coaches. Even if you don't get some of these guys the first time around, there's a pretty good probability in many cases that they'll be coming back. And you got to be ready and willing to receive them with open arms as Hendrik Mole slams another one down.
Now it was all started by a Capoto Fay pass that was perfect. Hendrik Mole, who loves to play on the beach. I think he sneaks away some on Sundays and tries to get a beach game in just to keep his beach game sharp. I don't think he tells Charlie Wade about it.
Chavers, the touch shot. Gassman got a fingertip on it, but nothing else, and it's a point for UC Santa Barbara.
Shavers has been so effective with his off-speed shots. Of his 8 kills, I would say at least 3 of them come on off-speed shots like that.
Delson almost taking one of his teammates out. He serves that one into the net. Stein Von Tilburg now retreats back. And we're starting to see UC Santa Barbara, after 2 very competitive sets, sputtering a little bit. We'll see what they have left. Remember, we talk about some of the inexperience on that side. These are tough conditions and a difficult environment to play under. One hand save by Tui. That was sweet. Rosie from Stein And a chance now for the Gauchos. They go outside to Boley, dug up by Tuileta. Played out of press row by Jennings and sent over. We continue. Boley this time pushes it through the Franciscovich proposed block and down.
Tuileta with his first dig of this rally, pops it up. Stein Van Zilbert puts up a great set. I don't know why Rosenmeyer hit an off-speed shot there. He must have seen the block forming, so he chose something else. But credit to Boley for ending that rally with that shot that he made off Franciscovich's hands.
Rosenmeyer misses wide. That transition was somewhat ill-conceived, and a chance now for UC Santa Barbara to tie things up. By the way, that last sequence, dig number 11 for Tuileta in this match. So here's Connor Drake, 12 starts last year as a freshman. Outside, it's Rosenmeyer.
Notice they're not serving Tuileta, so guess who they have to go to? Kapono Fay, arguably Hawaii's best passer. You said Franciscovich split block, and Kapono makes them pay.
And here is Rosenmeyer to serve. Made his first career start against Grandview on Sunday. Henry Cherry missing wide, and that's another point for the Rainbow Warriors. A lot of hitting errors here in this third set for UC Santa Barbara. That was the 6th, in fact.
That's back, that's back.
Cherry. Oh, Rosenmeyer had the chance at it. The platform was there, but he wasn't able to secure it.
Cherry finally stops the bleeding. He leads them in kill percentage with 480, leads them in block solos with 3, leads them in block assists with 25, leads them in blocks per set with 1.0. So if I'm Hawaii, I'm going to worry that once this team gets kind of used to each other with Cherry back in the lineup now and McGarry in the lineup, and once they start clicking, they could be tough.
Fay gets it down. Hawaii first to 15. Timeout.
Big Island Candies, the perfect place to find the perfect gift. Visit them at their flagship store in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or online at BigIslandCandies.com to see their amazing selection, including delicious chocolate-dipped shortbreads.
There's former Rainbow Volleyball standout Adam Lockwood taking in the action here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Just now possibly realizing that the camera is on him.
And John Anderson of Riggers right there. He helps sponsor the Rainbow staff in their attire.
And on occasion, you see Chris McLaughlin wearing the same shirt as the coaching staff.
I can't help but pick the same shirt.
Delson goes kaboom, but Rosenmeyer saves it back over. Boley, he had a little bit of a laser beam himself.
Boley once had 31 kills in the CIF semifinals, and so he knows how to attack from the outside, despite the fact that he came on as a libero, as you said earlier. He can swing.
The Boley Bros, there are 3 of them on this UCSB roster. And that's an ace. He served it right at the toes of Stein Van Tilburg. Are they trying to hide Stein back there or what?
It was definitely, well, Stein doesn't pass. He's an opposite, so he's going to go out to his D position and get ready. But he's going to watch to see what Tuileta does there, because he's going to get out of the way.
Oh, that was very close, but it misses just narrowly. And a point for the Rainbow Warriors. I love that dynamic, though. Stein Van Tilburg, right? This incredible volleyball player, and he's back behind that serve-receive lineup, and he's basically just playing dodgeball.
Yeah, he is, basically.
Good swing that time by Henry Cherry.
Nice pass by Parker Boley.
Henry Cherry, whose name is spelled Henri.
But he goes by Hank.
He goes by Hank. But if he does fulfill his aspiration of becoming a winemaker, he definitely has to change the pronunciation to Henri, right? Doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Like he has to. Right. Yes.
Absolutely.
Fay blocked and roofed. Jacob Delson getting a good piece of that one.
Hawaii's 3-point lead all of a sudden has disappeared.
We're tied for the 5th time here in this 3rd set. And Charlie Wade, who has seen this movie before here tonight. Tight sets each and every time at about this juncture. Von Tilburg, great set by Jennings-Franciscovich on the selection there. Von Tilburg going up against minimal obstacles.
You can see how comfortable Van Tilburg is on that left side and why Charlie Wade has entertained the thought, as he did at Long Beach State, putting Parapunov in, young freshman from Bulgaria, at opposite, and let Van Tilburg go back to his home spot on the left.
Nelson is dug up. Here's Stein from the opposite side, diving save in the back row by Boley. Delson denied. Stein right next to Mole. Shut the door. The Rainbow Roofers in the house.
Delson took a good swing at that. Against most blocks, that would wiggle through somehow. Not that one.
6 blocks for Mole. 2 for Von Tilburg. And there is Mole again getting a good chunk of it. Delson from the outside, diving save fade, tight to the net. And put down by Casey McGarry, the freshman setter, who celebrated his 19th birthday this past Saturday.
Recruited by UCLA, SC, Pepperdine, and Loyola Chicago. He was the other one who played for Coach Mike Boley at Loyola. Fab 50, high school All-American, 2-time JO champion with SCVC. So he was one of the reasons why this recruiting class was ranked number 5 in the country.
Blasts a serve, 64.7 miles an hour, and it's an ace off of Tuileta.
I thought it was out. But it arrives so quickly, even his partners that are around him don't have time enough to tell him that it's out.
Here it comes again. That time it was out, no doubt about it. 66-mile-an-hour serve that time. And Hawaii up a point. Crucial juncture here as they get ready to turn the final post in this 3rd set. Hendrik Mole with the serve. Diving pass by Boley. Delson from the opposite side off the block, played by Stein. Jennings goes high and away to Rosenmeyer, the roll shot covered by McGarry. Set. Chambers, denied. Brett Rosenmeyer putting up the wall.
Rosenmeyer made up for that off-speed shot that was easily dug up by coming over and helping and putting up a 3-man block that gave Hawaii the point.
20 serving 18.
Hey, find him. He could come inside. Find him.
And Rosenmeyer, who has played well since being inserted into this match for Austin Matautia. As Mole goes into the net, but that's a commentary on Charlie Wade's depth, the options that he has this year. I mean, really on a night-to-night basis, he can take a guy who maybe isn't having his best night, he can plug somebody else in and not necessarily lose anything, if not maybe even gain something. Pat Gassman.
And he's got an opposite in Parapunov, Bulgaria, Rado, as they call him, waiting to play, who could be starting on any team in the league.
And here he comes right now on cue.
Here he is, on cue.
But that's the issue there, is it's almost an embarrassment of riches in some positions where Stein, Von Tilburg, and Parapunov to this point primarily playing the same position. How do you take one of them off the floor? Chavers splitting the uprights of the block and putting it down. What do you think of the move of putting Rado in here at this stage of this 3rd set?
I find it to be very interesting. This new little wrinkle here by Charlie Wade. He's got Worsley. He's going to stay in and set instead of Franciscovich. I think he put both of them in the same time because Worsley plays with Rosenmeyer and Rado on that B team in practice. So 3 of the 6 players are used to each other.
Backside set goes to Rosie. And Joe Worsley in at center, perhaps sensing that UC Santa Barbara was ready to pay some attention to Rado on the outside. He goes backside to Rosenmeyer.
Rosie got a split block. It worked.
Three kills on 8 swings for Rosenmeyer. Also has 4 digs and 3 blocks, and here he is serving. Tickles the tape. It hits the floor. An ace for Rosenmeyer, and Hawaii within 2. And a timeout taken by UCSB. Hawaii 2 points away from finishing the deal. Rosie, that serve coming up roses. 23-20 Rainbows. Well, since being inserted into the match in the second set, Brett Rosenmeyer has put together strong contribution. 3 kills on 8 swings, 4 digs, 3 blocks. And he has a service ace to his stat line. And here he is out of the timeout as we return to live action, serving once again. 23-20 Hawaii. And the off-speeder by Corey Chavers.
Magic man, the sleight of hand, Chavers.
Oh, man.
He is really good at that. Telling you. Got a hot start to start tonight. Now he's got 10 kills, 7 errors, and 136.
But he serves it into the net, and he gift wraps Aloha ball for the Rainbow Warriors. Dalton Solbrig into the match. He retreats back to serve.
Another bold move by Charlie Wade. Takes out his best server, his most prolific server, I should say. He puts in a sub. Who keeps it in?
Aloha ball for the match. Outside, and Boley extends things. So Tuileta back on the floor. Solbrig comes out. It remains Aloha ball for the Rainbow Warriors. Looking to finish this in sweeping fashion. Rosenmeyer, the overpass. Chance here for the Gauchos. Outside, Dawson sends it long. And hold the phone. The call by the line judge was out, but there is a challenge on the play by the UC Santa Barbara coaching staff, and Dixon Chun is going to take a look at this. A shrewd move for sure by Rick McLaughlin.
They've got their last, this is their last challenge.
They had 1 remaining. You can't take them with you. It was a pretty close call over there in the corner. Why not? They're going to try to keep the claps going. I'm not sure if they'll sustain that energy through the whole review, but let's take a look.
I'm not looking for a touch on the block, I don't think. Oh, they're looking for a touch on the block. Not the ball that's in or out. Didn't look like there's any fingers that were bent back. And it didn't look like the ball changed the trajectory or the spin of the ball. Although Dels hits it so hard.
Yeah.
Go figure. I think he went well over Henrik Mull there.
It was pretty close on the back end, too, as far as the call in that corner. But that's the thing about these reviews. You have to be specific as to exactly which part of the sequence you're challenging.
And now about 3,000 or 4,000 people are putting pressure on Dixon Chun to make a decision and get this match over with. It's like there's no touch. I bet he calls it game for Hawaii.
Here we go. What's the call? Is it over or do we play on? He calls the touch, and we play on at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Ooh, I did not see that touch.
And how about Rick McLaughlin, Chris? 3 for 3 in challenges tonight. Charlie Wade signaling for a timeout before Hayden Boley is able to get into that serve. So for a moment, everyone thought it was over. The cheers were going on. People were starting to grab their purses and their bags and their personal items, getting ready to maneuver out of the building to the parking structure. You had on our official scoring screen, the stats that are flashed in front of us where we're seated, you had the final score posted. It was 3-0. Hawaii wins it. They got to revamp all of that. Hold the phone because this one not quite done.
I'll tell you one thing. There's been so many 2-0 comebacks by so many teams this year. Charlie Wade does not want to take any chances. He wants to make sure he takes a timeout, designs a great play right here to get that 25th point and get out of here. He knows that he opens the door at all for this very good Santa Barbara team, that he could be in trouble.
You see some of the dedicated fans, even in the student section, some of the student athletes that come out to support this men's volleyball team, and they're hanging tight. They're not leaving prematurely. They're going to try to stay here to make sure that this one gets settled at some point. But that was a huge call from the standpoint of not only is this match not over, but UCSB serving to try to tie this thing. And if they're able to somehow come back here in the third set, then that throws everything topsy-turvy.
Exactly. Well, Charlie Wade, if he has enough substitutes left, he may put Stein Van Tilburg back in and put Jennings Franciscovich back in. We'll see.
So the Stan Sheriff Center faithful will rise once again here. Again, it is aloha ball for Hawaii.
He's got Joe Worsley's got Parapunath on the right, Mole in the middle, and Kaponofe on the left.
Hayden Boley with the serve into the net. Are you serious? After all of that, an anticlimactic close to an entertaining finish.
I'll tell you what, Charlie Wade is breathing a sigh of relief. He knows that had they lost that third set, that it was anybody's ball game. It would be a very good chance they could go to 5 where it's a crapshoot.
So Hawaii extends its home winning streak to 12 dating back to last year. 9-2 now overall on the year, an even 2-2 record in the MPSF. UC Santa Barbara falls to 6-4. They're now sub-500, 3-4 in league. And guess what? They'll do it all over again tomorrow night.
It'll be a great one for sure.
Take a look at the Bank of Hawaii players of the match. Jake Delson, 13 kills, hit 182 though, which is pretty far below his hitting percentage average this season. So credit certainly a large portion of that to the way Hawaii played him. Jennings Franciscovich, 32 assists, 5 kills, 4 blocks, 4 digs, had several indelible highlights yet again, including the Fujitsu Cool play of the game.
Yeah, you know, averaging over 10 assists per set really is a good number for Jennings. And Delson hitting 206 in the night, way below his 337 average for the year. I expect that tomorrow night we'll see him hit over 300. And I expect that we'll see, as we normally do on night number 2, the match will be closer. How much closer can you get? 25-20. See, yeah. 3 points the first set, 2 points the second set, and 2 points the third set.
Yeah, a sweep.
It could get closer in that Santa Barbara could sneak a game or two, so
sure.
Watch out.
A sweep decided by 7 total points. Scott Robb says Charlie Wade.
Hey, thanks a lot, Kanoa. Well, Coach, that was an interesting end to the match tonight. You won in 3, but each set could have gone either way. It was a tough match.
Yeah, and we got behind, you know, in both the first 2. So, you know, proud of the guys to gut it out. And I didn't think we played great, but good enough to win. So, you know, anytime getting a league win, it's significant. And they're a tough team, and that's they've certainly beaten us more times than not since I've been here.
Brett Rosenmeyer came in. You brought him in the second set for Austin, and Austin was struggling. Brett played particularly well tonight for you. It shows some of your depth again.
Yeah, and Brett, you know, again, 2 years in the program and just steadied out. Nice player, and he's, you know, reception is his strong suit. And he came in and steadied us out, so it's a nice option to have.
You're used to this. You play the same team back-to-back nights, but how much of your game plan changes from night 1 to night 2?
Well, you know, we'll look at the film and that kind of stuff, but not a ton. You know, it's at this point, you know, they started kind of how we thought they would, and then they made some changes, and I think we're both in that mode where we're trying some new stuff, and some of it is tactical to against the other team, and some of us we're just still trying to find the best lineup.
Congratulations, Coach. We'll do it again tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
All right, guys, back over to you.
Thanks a lot, Scott. We gave Jennings Franciscovich the nod as the Bank of Hawaii player of the match for Hawaii, but Stein Van Tilburg easily could have been the selection as well. 15 kills, hit 300, 3 digs, 3 blocks. He gave them a big match, and they needed it tonight. And as we pointed out, what was a competitive 3-set match.
You think Stein's parents are still watching? 11 hours away, time zones away?
Right now, I'm not sure in what language, but probably asking the question, how was Stein von Tilburg not the Bank of Hawaii player of the match? Come on, OC Sports. But they actually got several really strong
We should have
performances.
given co-players of the match because they both deserved it.
So Scott asked an interesting question of Charlie Wade, night 2. What tends to change from night 1 to night 2 in your perspective?
You know, it really depends on the video. Both coaches will say, you know what, we're going to watch a lot of film overnight, and we're going to make the appropriate changes. When they watch the film, they can look at things that they can't see during the match because the match is happening so fast. So we will see slight adjustments, but like Charlie said, not huge adjustments. But I think, like you said earlier, it's fun to watch Jacob Delson hit the ball.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch Stein van Tilburg hit the ball. They hit it so hard and so fast, and it's fun to watch Chavers pull his little magic tricks out for Santa Barbara, all those off-speed shots that landed in. So they're just fun to watch. This is a fun team to watch. The MPSF is just an amazing league, night in and night out, one of the best sports leagues in the country.
Yeah, and again, these are two teams playing in the MPSF for the last season before they go over and jump into the newly formed Big West Conference. But I agree with you. I mean, the television technology we have and the OC Sports crew and the production that they put on is top-notch for sure. But you still don't get that full appreciation, the full effect of some of those hits, the power, the velocity, until you see it in person. So we implore you, if you have a chance between, Malasada purchases at the Punahou Carnival, then come on down to the Stan Sheriff Center and take in the action. They will do it again tomorrow night. I wonder if Leroy and his wife will be here again tomorrow. I mean, at some point, you got to enjoy the marriage, right? Congratulations to Leroy and his beautiful bride. We will be back tomorrow. Scott will have the call with Chris. Once again, Hawaii winning in straight sets, 25-22, 30-28, 25-23. Don't forget about the post-game show. Until next time, for Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Aloha.